Hi everyone, Richard Turner here. I just wanted to give you a little tour of my guitar. Quite a few people asked me about it from the gigs and from my videos. So I thought it might be interesting just to give a little short video and say what's actually going on here, because it's quite an interesting guitar. It has some customization and it does some kind of pretty incredible things, I think. First off, you'll see is you have a magnetic pickup in the sound hole. This is what I use when I use the electric sound. So I have that routing through a distortion pedal. If you look at the side of the guitar here, you'll see a couple of interesting things. First, there's three things coming out of the guitar. This one here is for the magnetic pickup on the sound hole. This one here is for the traditional piezo pickup, which is under the bridge here, that came with the guitar. And this one here goes into a microphone. It goes directly into a microphone, which is actually just inside the guitar about there. And this is a cheapy Behringer C2 microphone, which is not really good for professional recording, but I thought it was very good for capturing the sound of what's going on inside the guitar. And what's going on inside the guitar is actually what these two little screws are about. This is something I did myself. It's a little homemade modification, so it's not a terribly professional job, but it does work and works very well. These two screws are retaining a snare drum snare from a snare drum that's been cut in half, and it's sprung against the inside of the guitar. If you're from this side, for example, the spring is bent against the inside of the soundboard here, and what that does is it creates a sort of a cajon effect. Now I actually had to shave off one of the ribs here inside to actually make that work. So if I turn up the volume here now, because mostly you won't get this sound on the real guitar until you turn it up, because we're activating the microphone. All these outputs, by the way, they're all routed through this mixer that I have, and from the mixer down to the loop, which I'll show you later. So in this thing, that you have these, if you imagine that there's a cajon snare rubbing against the side of the soundboard here, and when I hit that with my finger, you can hear that's pretty convincing snare drum sound. So that's that, and that's picked up mostly by the microphone. And then with the thumb hand, then what I do is, for creating drum loops, I use a sort of a slap technique. I mute the strings and I do a slap technique on that, and the piezo pickup creates this sort of lovely low frequency thump. So you can go. Don't know if you can appreciate that, but it gives a very satisfactory thump. And of course, you can make basic loops with using the tube. So there I have 2 bars of a loop just going round and round. Now we've got the drum loop and the music loop going there together. Drop out the drum loop. There you go. So you can kind of let your Carlos Santana loose there. So that's on the looper side of things. What's happening is the guitar is routed through the mixer and into the looper, and then we have separate channels here. And this one I generally use for the drum track, so you can put my foot on that. That's the drum track on its own. And then I select this track. This is the guitar on its own. And what's unique about this looper is usually a loop station, it'll only record the same length of loop over and over. But this one you can have like a short, this is like a 2-bar loop. 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2. And we put this one in. This loop can be longer than the other one as long as it's a multiple of whatever this one is. If this one is 2 bars and if this one is 4 or 8 or 12 or 10, it will sync up, then they'll loop back around. So that's it. That's the story of this Tanglewood guitar, which I customized myself and with little help from a great luthier here in Wexford, Ireland, who helped me out with some of the wiring. But that's it. I absolutely love Tanglewood guitars. This is the second Tanglewood I have. They're the only acoustics that I use. I did actually have a Martin Dreadnought and I had a Takamine jumbo guitars, both kind of mid-range price guitars. And I sold them both as soon as I picked up a Tanglewood. They're really great fun guitars to play. They're very light, they're cheap, and they're just great fun, great fun. Anyway, that's all for me tonight or today. If you're interested in seeing more videos, please like and subscribe on the channel. There's loads more music and loads of tutorial videos and stuff like that coming up. So I hope to see you again guys soon. Okay, cheers, ciao.